Yeah, folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to our Wednesday live stream. Let's get the main screen turned on, because we've got things to do today. I mean, we've got things to do most days, but this is the big ship rebuilding day here in Space Haven. Let me tell you something. After the stream on Monday, and the people who are on Discord can vouch for this, it was a good 2 or 3 hours of me futzing around in here and trying to figure out, like, the correct build order to not have things be dumb. And I'm not sure I entirely solved it, but we should have some cool stuff developing today, plus some good sort of instructions for if you want to build your own ship here in Space Haven. How's everybody doing? Thanks everyone for being here, all the people who jump in the naming game. We might not get a new person to name this episode, but we'll see. We are going to have to name a new ship. Although I don't know if the ship will be named after someone. I think we'll go with some sort of a little bit more meta for that. We'll see how it goes. Hey, Ray. Glad you could be here. And yeah, and Takumi said they came for the ship rebuild, which is a very enthusiastic response. Oh, they mean they're present for the ship rebuild. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Sorry, I'm gonna have a goofy day. I've been having a lot of like household, real life issue stress, not household stress, but real life issue stress. Honestly, this entire month, and nerves are getting a little shot, and I think it's coming out with a certain degree of goofiness. So, you know, pros and cons. If you are on the Discord, make sure to jump into the game suggestion server or channel, because we're having a discussion about what to plan Saturday. I don't think Saturday will be Space Haven. I think Space Haven is going to continue, but it'll probably be Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. I might mix it in with something else. And I'm trying to decide what. I'm very tempted, because it's been a while and I've been in an action RPG mood. I'm very tempted to revisit Path of Exile 2. Because we haven't checked it out since it originally hit early access. It has gotten massive amounts of changes over since then, and it's got a big huge patch and like sort of expansion coming out on Friday, so Saturday might be good for that. Tempted to take a look at Paralives, which could be a thing, and then the other thing is what's it called? Space Mine? What's it called? Where's my post? Oh my god, why is Discord being so slow and laggy and terrible? Star Miner might be another one to look at. So these are things that we are in discussion, or might be doing something completely different, or I might decide, hey, you know what, I'm going to play Space Haven after all. That's always a possibility. So we'll have a conversation about that. But here we're to play Space Haven. And so, isn't Path of Exile a read-heavy game? If you're thinking Poe as in Pillars of Eternity, that is. If you're thinking Poe as in Path of Exile, not. Always a bit of a conflict there, because there's a couple of different things that go by that three-letter combo. So, our ship over here, last episode, we wanted to set up to do some ship rebuilding. So we trimmed our ship. We had a little bit of annoyance trying to get the ship template size to be okay, but we got it there. We slightly trimmed the ship down so it could fit in a smaller canvas, I think they refer to it, and that's good. And you can see I've got a couple of things queued up. We don't have a shield console right now, so I'm going to demolish the 2 shield generators, get the parts back. We also don't have anything to recycle right now, so I'm going to do that. And we're going to, once that's gone, we've got a little bit of space, and I expanded the hull just a tiny bit over here. We've got to build our advanced assembler, and we've got to rebuild our chemical refinery. Oh, and a metals refinery, which I have to go in and queue. It's like, hold on, I had a build order of things that I need to do over here. Metal refinery, research, and send that to the top, please. Okay, that's going to be really useful in just a second. Hey, thank you very much, Groff, for the 6 Euro buckaroos. I don't know what a boot shop is, but thank you. Edgar Allan. What for? Oh, Poe. I thought you were suggesting a ship name. Early access for Path of Exile 2 would be 50% off starting this weekend. Oh, now that's very interesting. So there might be extra viewership for that. I wonder if I could convince my friends to buy it. My friends and I, we just restarted a Baldur's Gate 3 run, where we're going to be evil. One of us is playing a Dark Urge. I mean, I'm playing Shadowheart, but I'm going to go like fully evil Shadowheart. So that's hype, but part of me does want to get them to action RPGs. 2 of us are into action RPGs and 2 aren't, which is a little unfortunate. But maybe I could get them to Poe. But Baldur's Gate 3 is like a non-action RPG, because it's turn-based RPG. BG3 is so good. So good. Okay, so, all right, we've got the ship. The good ship lollipop over there is cool. We're going to start a new vessel over here. And because we went and trimmed our ship down, we have some extra ship points. We are going to go and reserve a 2x3 area. We actually might not need this much of an area, but we're going to give ourselves plenty of space to work with to get started. So we're going to start a new ship, and we're going to drop it in there. Great. Okay, so here's the issue I kept running into. there's not a chicken and egg problem, but there's definitely you have to build things in a certain order because you're just not allowed to build things. So you have to put down the hull first. That's one of the things. Like, I kind of wish I could plan with some of the buildings before I put down the hull, so I knew how much hull space to put in. Someone on Twitch or Discord did link a sort of a blueprint planner thing website, which was interesting. It's a little hit and miss, but it's not bad. But I do have a plan going over here, and my plan. There's an area that I want to build, and because I won't need all the space, I won't go and build right to the back right now, even though we could, just because we're not going to do everything instantly. We're going to be ready to expand, but it's going to be okay. With the activate sketch, so the sketch button lets us do a sketch like this that is not a build hull currently, and then we can activate it. Oh yeah, it's still a box select, and then all of a sudden this is now fully ascended to a build hull command. So the sketch is useful for that, and we will make some use of that, which is great. We're also, well, that's interesting. Cancel hull. When you upgrade a sketch, and now this is a build hull command, right? Just like this. If you use cancel hull, it cancels out, but it doesn't erase the sketch, which is fine, but caught me by surprise. I hadn't realized that. Okay, so the area I'm going to be playing with is I need 10 tiles wide. Oh, I didn't realize that. It doesn't actually count. It counts the drag. It doesn't count the full length, but that's okay. I need 10 tiles wide of space internally for what I want to do. And then we are going to build, and I have a little bit of a picture. How much, wait, where's my, what, did I close it? No. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, I have a little picture open for some planning here. 10 tiles wide, but this is going to be internal space. So I actually need at least one wider than that for the walls. And in fact, I want to leave a little bit of walking space, so I need one tile more than that. What I'm trying to build towards here is what I'm thinking of as sort of a minimum viable product. This sort of bootstrap that technically this is a legal ship from which it's going to be much easier to build more ship stuff after that. And then, so that's the width there. And in terms of length, I need, sorry, I got to count tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tiles of internal space. So if we look here, that's going to be 8 tiles of internal space, but then I have to allow for the walls as well. So we're going to do this. So a 14 by 10 area, I think, is going to give me the initial setup that I'm looking for. So I'm going to activate the sketch over here. And by the way, if I decide, like, if I realize, now I'm effing this up, I do have a save that's got basically what I'm trying to build here. I've got a save that's got this already. So I'm going to go and get this started, and we'll see what happens. We'll unpause. So now we got a complaint. Insufficient resource. Oh, no, that's legit. Not enough resources over here. But then no hull stabilizer. So it's named our ship the Thebes, which is actually a pretty fun one. But you know what I'm going to call this? I'm going to rename this to the work in progress. Work in progress. We don't have a proper name yet. There we go. Does it tell you how many hull blocks it needs? Wait, was that from the activate sketch? Because if I do this, it doesn't. Is it insufficient resources? Yeah, where was it saying that? Was it when I was activating? Pause again. If I do this and then activate. Oh, cost to activate over here on the right. Oh, and it's accruing for the entire thing. Okay, that is actually really handy that I hadn't noticed. Cancel and erase. Okay. Oh, under my head. All right, deconstructions happened. Good. We're going to go and plop down a few more things here. So we have our advanced assembler. So we're going to go and tuck that in over here somewhere. That's fine. Let's get this going. And then I need to rebuild my chemical refinery. We did lose that because it was that was one of the things dangling off. I don't think we have one. Yeah, I think I had to get rid of it. Chung, 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 chung. Is the EU5 still up? The Portugal run is not. I did make an announcement about that. I was unhappy with it. We'll give it another go at some point. The big thing here is we do need hull blocks being produced. I'm going to set a target of like 15 for now so that we do keep a decent buffer. But I'll go and set a little target of like 5 each of the others, which soft blocks we've got plenty of. I don't know about the others. But yeah, we'll get a little bit of production of each one of these so that they are available. All right, done. Then we get the chemical going so that we can keep the fertilizer going, but also we'll need some probably some plastic for some things, and then we'll get the metal refinery researched, and then we'll build that in there as well, so that we can get all the high enough stuff. I'm just kidding, my name appears like Killer Run. Sorry, Stealth. So we'll build this, and then we'll talk about some ordering issues. One of the things we will do is we will plop down a airlock fairly quickly here, because we can build that safely, and we will need it. Because that's the thing. It's like, it turns out, oh, we need the airlock to be able to build the next step, and then we need this to be able to build that, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There keeps being this like, oh, okay. So we will need that in place. And you can build this first, which is good, because otherwise you can't get into the internal stuff. I just have ordering issues, never enough money. Oh, to order what you want? Got a little temporary landing platform. Oh, yes. Oh, the scrubber next to the chem lab. I forgot about that whole aspect. Yes. So, yeah, we might want to... It was in a private room for a while, but I'll go and just set up there. That's right. I forgot about that. I will set a little bit of refining. We can put the continuous chemicals, although I don't think we've got any of the raw stuff. And then we'll just say, yeah, if you've got less than 3 plastics, do that. And then same thing with the fertilizer. If you've got less than 3 fertilizer, do that. Okay. And then when the research comes up, we'll do a thing. Use the sketching game design. So partially, because you can draw the outlines, but you can't plan the buildings, which is part of the issue that we've got. Kind of create more build tools. That's a complaint from over here, so that is actually fine. Denmark running U5. Supposedly they're a hard start. In debt, basically no king. Most territories pawned off. Lots of unique events. Yeah, that does sound really interesting. And the research is nearly done. The metal refinery is not taking very long. I don't know if we needed it sooner or not. Like, part of me is like, oh, we could have researched it sooner, but I don't know if we actually did need it until now. But it is going to be very helpful. You solved the problems that have the mirror mode. Oh, yes. So the confusion I had in the mirror mode, turns out it wasn't so this is Nozaki, I'm assuming, is referring to a complaint I had on the Discord that a bunch of the hull never seemed to complete properly, and I kept having these little holes. I realized after the fact that I don't think it was a mirror mode bug. I think the problem is until you get a hull stabilizer, if a meteoroid hits the ship, it leaves a hole that doesn't get rebuilt, right? If a meteoroid hits our ship over here, we'll take damage, maybe it'll set some things on fire, but everything will get rebuilt. But without the hull stabilizer, I think it punches a hole in the hull and leaves a hole that does not get auto-replaced or repaired in any way. And then, depending on where the hole is, it blocks other construction. And so it looks like you've got a bunch of construction that's like never finishing, and it doesn't make sense why. But I think it's entirely the lack of the hull stabilizer. Okay, so here's the issue. Most things, if I want to build most things over here, I can't right now. Like, let's say I'm like, oh, right, of course, we're going to need power. So I'm like, okay, I'll build power. And then, well, we'll say we'll want the X1 power generator on the ship. We'll use energy rods. Oh, right, I can't build it because I don't have system points, which is annoying. Oh, yeah, nowhere to relax. What we're going to do right away is say, do not attempt to relax on the work in progress. Also, do not attempt to go hospital here. You can work here, that's fine, but what we want to do is we want to update the work preference on the sprout, because what happens if they're idle, they stay where you are. If both of these are just set like this, they'll kind of just idle wherever they are. Idling over on the work in progress is not going to be helpful. So we're going to update the work over here. So these are all these things I learned playing a little on my own in between things. So if we update this, if people are idle, they'll go and wait on the sprout, which seems much better. This should also get rid of the nowhere to relax kind of thing. Okay, right, so I can't build the power thing first. So it's like, okay, so we need a source of system stuff. We're gonna go with the big one. We're gonna go with the X3 system core. And I'm gonna go and plop this down. And I kind of wish, when you're in this mode, you get the cool like center line here. And I kind of wish you had something similar here because I really want to center this, but I think that's centered. So we'll go and plop that down, which looks nice. And also, just for say, because you can build, some things need systems and some things don't. So we'll go ahead and build those 2 bits over there. Cool. And then what I'm actually going to do is, I don't know if there's another way to get to it. I guess I have to wait for this to get constructed. The ship priority for moving things. V for center line. I don't know what V does. Oh, build view by holding. Oh, Okay, that is actually kind of handy because this will allow us. Sometimes it's hard to place something because you can't see like the exact tiles because it's occluded by something. That is actually really handy. Doesn't give us a center line, which doesn't really matter except for this very first early moment. There we go. Cool. Everything's been built here. So that's going to be awesome. Except what's going to happen immediately is this thing is going to take damage. Because it's too cold. And as far as I can tell, I could not figure out a build order that prevents that from happening. Which is really annoying. Because I could, if I go into life support, I can go and put down a couple of thermal regulators. Let's say I put one here and here, for example, to warm up this room. They won't actually run until there's power. Right? I could be like, I could have built this first. But until we get power, they won't run. And you can't build power without a system core. But as soon as you have the system core, it will take damage from the cold, forcing your people to spend time and tools keeping it up. Admittedly, it's a short-term problem. But it's really frustrating, and I wonder, there's a few things that definitely do not take damage from temperature. For example, the airlock doesn't take damage from temperature, although it says bad environment there. And I wonder if the system core should maybe not take damage from temperature. It's very bizarre. And it was one of the frustrations I had because I spent so long thinking, I must be building things in the wrong order, which is still possible. But if there's a good order, I cannot figure out what it is. Now that we have the system core in place, now I can plop down a power core. I will also get a hull stabilizer in place. That way, if we do get hit by a space rock, it won't blast a pure hole in the hull. It'll take damage, but then we can repair it. I will say, can you high priority this, please? Well, that, honestly, and the heaters, because we really need all three built kind of in parallel to get there. But yeah, they'll build this heater. This heater will complain that there's no power. So it's not actually generating heat, which is fair and legit. And so this is still destructive environment. So it hasn't lost any condition yet. So there must be a little bit of a window there, but it kept feeling like I'm doing something wrong. If you set the system core on fire, it won't take damage from the cold. There you go. There's our metal refinery. So I'm just going to pause, come over here. I mean, ideally, part of me is like, oh, it'd be great to build over on the other ship, but we've got to build up there. And in fact, I probably could have waited for some things and built it over there, but it's going to be fine. Metal refinery, I'm going to just scooch down over here, which will make sense next to the ore processor. And we just want to make sure that we have the self-sustaining loop ready to go to maintain the other ship. Refine, steel plates, we'll just say if there are fewer than three, make some for us, assuming you can. All right, great. Good stuff. Now, over here for the storage, and I set a rule, and I don't know if there's another way to get to the ship level storage than to have an existing storage, click on it, then click ship level. Because there's shippy stuff over here. Yeah, that's visible resources. Yeah, I don't know. So if there's a way, that would be lovely. But anyway, it doesn't matter. What I want to say is over on this ship is the hyperfuel. Bring here, and the energy rods bring here. Because we don't use either of them on the old ship. We will use both over here, and most importantly is really about getting the energy rods over here, because the energy rods are going to get fed into here. Because this is also taking damage from bad temperature until we get the energy rod over. And maybe I could, if I'd remembered to do it a little sooner, I could have gotten the energy rods over here a little bit sooner. Okay, now we have power. Now the temperature is going to fix itself. There we go. No more destructive stuff. Whew, we got there. Unable to stabilize, although I think you'll be fine. Repair the ship or build more. Now, there we go. There we go. Okay. We no longer have a ship that is tearing itself apart. Now, the next thing at this point that's a little confuzzling to me is if we're going to expand the hull. There seems to be I can't quite figure out the rhyme and reason. Sometimes it feels like I can expand the hull and the temperature and everything stays inside perfectly stable. And other times it feels like I do it and it vents to the outside. This may be related to the fact that originally I was doing some building without the hull stabilizer. It may not be an issue anymore. But there's still one other thing. And if someone's got to solve for this, I would...
It's whiskey and chocolate. Space puns.
Oh!
Jokes. How do you organize a space party?
How?
You plan it.
Oh.
Why couldn't the astronaut book a hotel on the moon? Because it was full. Why did Venus have to get an air conditioner? Because Mercury moved in. Why is Saturn so rich?
Why?
It has a lot of...
It has a lot of rings? Is it has a lot of rings? Is that it? Hang on, where's the dashboard so I can read that fully? Because it has a lot of rings! Yeah. I don't know if I've heard that one, but it made a lot of sense. Every game seems to treat space as cold, with the problem being keeping warm. Real spaceships have to work to avoid getting too hot. Where are the radiators? Yes, that's right, because heat loss can be lost via radiation, but most of it gets lost via, like, convection and induction and stuff like that. So radiators are used to pull things out via, like, convection or induction. Is induction the right term for when temperature is transferred, like, through medium, like metal rod or copper, and then to these big radiators that then radiate out into space? But you need a huge surface to make it work. Conduction, that's the word I'm looking for. Thank you. Yeah, so conduction and convection. Convection being air movement and stuff like that, which I suppose on a short scale is still conduction, right? Because, like, your skin, your body is cooling itself by transferring some of the heat to the air, presumably by conduction. And then convection moves the air around, which helps distribute it. I think? Sure, I don't know. Let's pretend. Anywho, yeah. So I don't know if it's related to what. But oh yes, but the other problem is, I dislike the fact that when I extend the hull over here, right? If I go and do this, it's going to get rid of that hull wall and leave an empty gap here. And I don't know if there's a way to say, no, please leave a wall there. What's interesting, there is a way for it to happen. There is a way for it to happen. If I have something on a wall. For example, if I have a thermal regulator right here, and then I extend the hull past it, this thermal regulator will then sit on an X1 wall, right? Same as if I'd built over here and over here. And if I'd built an X1 wall, it'll stay there. I don't know if there's a way to be like, other than doing something like this, and maybe, I don't know, a bunch of plants. I don't know if there's a way to say, listen, when you expand the hull, could you please leave a wall there? But I'm not certain. I've never had the hull venting when building, only had it happen when moving hull. Yeah, it might be because I was doing a bunch of building without a hull stabilizer when I was doing some of my tests. And I was like, what is going on here? So the issue here is I definitely want bigger space, because what I want is I want hallways and I want all kinds of different things. I'm going to put a door here and here and here and here, or do I want to have a solid wall and just have a door on the side and then have a hallway go through here? I think I might go for a non-hallway build, where you're just going from room to room to room instead. And I think I kind of like that vibe. So what I'm sort of picturing here is we'll have doors here and here, but, you know, people can just walk through this room to get from one place to another, and that'll be okay. Obviously, I can't build that now, and that's fine. So we'll do that. Now, this airlock here, what I really should have done is, like, probably gone and extended out and over here and just put a random airlock in there, because this airlock is going to be in the way, but I was just trying to get it going as quickly as possible. But yeah, clearly, I want to embiggen things. Let's say I'm going to embiggen things upward some arbitrary amount. And yeah, I think what I'll do, I guess, where am I going to put the engines? I guess maybe I could leave the airlock there for now. It's going to have to go at some point. And I'm definitely going to want more space. Let's assume, how big is this room? 13 by 10. That's including the walls. Right? So it's an internal space. It's 12 by 8 internal space. How about we standardize on that for internal spaces? So, like, this is another... Oh, 12 by 8, I think, was counting the outside walls. Try this again. Oh, yes. Right. Oh, yeah, because we're drawing the internal with that. Okay, 12 by 8 there, but then what we really want to do... So I guess what we really want to do here is overlapping there is 14 by 9, because that'll leave a 12 by 8 space. 14 by 10 counting... Oh, and that's the other part I keep forgetting. Hold on. that the drawing and what I'm trying to do is the same. Okay, 14 by 10. And then if I click here and I go 14 by 10, there we go. And then we can put a wall here and a wall here, and it should be okay. Now, this is a very large space, and this might lead to some cold damage, which is part of why, like, I don't know if there's a way to set up an order. Probably not, but I guess maybe this is a good case for the sketch tool. Maybe what I should do is use the sketch tool to sketch out my internal spaces. 12 by 8, and another 12 by 8 over here. Oh, again, if I don't... It's so weird because if I don't start drawing at the corner, even though it looks right, it won't give me the coordinates. Because what I can do is I can start drawing here and do this.
Don't tempt me with puns.
It says 8 by 8, but it's not 8 by 8.
How do planets clean themselves? They use Comet soap. How do planets clean themselves? They use Comet soap.
Do they?
Stars are always bright with humor. Shooting stars equals fleeting punchlines. Moonlight jokes equals nighttime laugh.
That got cut off again. What was that? Moonlight jokes equals nighttime laughs. Literally, I think it's plasma if it gets hot enough. That's true. Okay, so I don't want to make it just pure blocky. Because what I actually want to do... Can I build here? Is that... Okay, that is going to be in a way. We can fix it out later. Is I actually do want to go with a little bit wider because I want some little side rooms with components, but I'm not sure exactly how much extra width I want on the sides. Let's arbitrarily make it like this. Actually, I could do this. That inadvertently looks kind of cool. But, yeah, see, and that's the other thing. I don't know if there's a way to say, cancel the building without exiting me out, because right-click sort of dismisses it. Because I know what I want to do on the other. I don't know. Maybe, do I want to square this off? Let's square this off for now. We can always go and trim back later and add some greebling and things like that. And I still want the wall right there. So actually, I guess really we're looking at something like this. And then what I want is I want engine pods that look awesome. Where's my little screenshot of my previous work that I want to grab as a reference here? Okay, so what I'd come up with as a plan for the engine pods... no, don't do that. Is, first of all, I do want a 3-tile wide hallway. There's going to be a door right in there. And then I want a... can I embiggen this picture that I'm trying to look at over here? There we go. That'll be a little bit easier. So I want a door in there too. Actually, the easiest thing to do might be for me to extend. The easiest thing to do might be for me to extend and then trim. So door, hallway, then... There we go, like that. This will make sense in a second. Probably, maybe, I don't know. Actually, I'll be rebuilding that in a second. What I'm going to put in this little spot right here is going to be a point defense cannon. And then I think it's got to be 4 tiles wide internal space. Plus the walls. I might have the length wrong here. What I think is going to happen is I'm going to build it and then I'm going to trim it back. I don't need quite this much space. I can probably assume I can at least trim that much. We might trim a little bit more. We might have to grow in the back for the design to work. Anyway, let's get this started, because this is going to stress our heaters. We'll give them a moment to go. Hallway makes sense for airlocks if you have a hole somewhere. Yeah, I mean, I want rooms to be separated so that any air leak somewhere is going to be relatively contained. Oh, really zoomed over. It is interesting that it can build disconnected. We should make the Serenity. Or the Tranquility. No, that's already in the game. Yeah, some parts unreachable. Shush, it's fine. Yes, no hull stability. It's fine. They're just building it in a weird order. It's going to be okay. Don't worry about it, game. Oh, did we lose mirror mode? Oh, no, we didn't. Okay, good. Now, the last ship is asymmetrical. This one is going to be more symmetrical. The alerts, if you mouse over, will tell you where the alert is. So critical resource low, you can see it's all in the work in progress. Work in progress, work in progress, work in progress. Yep. Sometimes we'll look at one of these and there'll be something missing in more than one. But for now, we're okay. Now, because it's disconnected, I actually don't know if we can do the placement of the thing I'm looking for right now. We want to do the hyperdrive. Ah, there we go. Excellent. So we can put it in there, and in fact, I think we can then do some trimming. Yeah, we don't need the hull there. Oh, I have to go remove hull now, not just cancel. There we go. And then I'm also going to need... I think this is a... Yes. Oh, I actually have too much space over here, because this can go there. Because then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go... I don't know... Point fence. There, like that. Oh, everything is... it's got to be scrooched up by one. That's the issue. Okay, I was correct on some of these things, but I built this one tile too long. Remove that, please. And then we'll have our blueprint. Because I want you to go in there. Then I want this to go here. There you go. And then we'll do the engine after. And we don't need that. Okay. Oh, pause. I don't want you guys to get built right now because you'll just have a breakdown because of the lack of temperature. And that's the thing. I would like to be able to put blueprints down paused, even in places where there's no hull yet. It should be like, there's no hull or there's no system points, so we literally can't let you build it. But we'll let you plop it down in a paused state. That would be lovely. That would be so good. Gentle Tap is back in. Must be doing some trade runs back and forth. You build a solar panel to get power before building a system core. I think the solar panel might need a core as well. Oh, I don't actually have it unlocked. So that would be part of it. Oh, the solar panel doesn't need a system core. So you could get the temperature up ahead of time. Yeah, see, this is like, I don't know why it left that hull breach. I don't know why I didn't just fix that. Okay, and I do need to extend out 2 tiles right there. What I did in my game when I was practicing... Is it more like that? We'll probably have to trim another one back. Is I made a block, placed everything, and then cut away. But you don't get all the resources back, so I was trying to not... And then one more. Okay. Okay, so it does need a square area there. Bunch of rocks. Okay. Oh, that's something I forgot to do. Is this... There you go. Fighter. Could you please deploy over here? There you go. I need you to, yeah, patrol around this area. Do this. Pause, because I don't want it to construct until the power, or the temperature is in place. Then we're going to go... Oh, hold on, that's the other thing. I did build this too wide compared to my plans. I think I want that. Okay. Okay, and then that becomes invalid, but then that's valid. Okay, that's, I think, going to be okay. All right. Yeah, I don't need the other side of the engine to be reachable. There we go. So it's just tight against that wall. There we go. And then what I had planned to do is put the little thermoregulators... Oh, okay. There, but... No. I guess I want to remove that hull bar. Yes. Because then this becomes a really nice place to put this thermal regulator here. And this will bleed into that room enough to keep it warm while keeping the main chamber hot. And then we're going to go walls. I'm going to get some X1 walls. Like this. Okay, we'll build more. But then also doors. And the plan is here and on the other side, that's where we'll put some doors. Like that. And actually, I think we'll probably want to plan some windows as well. Because that'll look nice. Oh. Is it actually? Yeah, that is actually centered. There. Yeah, I don't know if there's any advantage to doing the X2 doors. It takes slightly more stuff to build, but they look cool. Like, I don't know if there's an actual flow advantage, like if people can move faster, if there's wider, if there's less collisions. I have no idea if there's any actual reason for it. But it looks cool, so we're going to do it. So what I'm thinking is we're going to do this with the engines, and then, especially if we go into build mode so we can actually see that, is I'm planning on building another one back there. So this whole design started with me putting 2 of these sort of side pods on each side. And the nice thing is with the PDC, they end up having really great overlapping coverage. I think I went wider here than I did on the last one, so I'm actually a little bit concerned that I might not get the same coverage that I was hoping for, but I think it'll look cool. Okay, we got a little bit of a block shortage. In theory, they're being made. They might just be a little bit behind on things. Am I out of water? No, I'm out of water on the work in progress. Hold on. I might want to say, yeah, show me the entire fleet. Ah, no, there we go. Now we're golden. Okay. So, can't create any more build tools. It might be good, actually, to have the local build tools over here. And if anything, we're going to need it at some point. The long-term plan is to tear down the other ship completely. We're really going to go and make them feel bad about themselves. We're going to tear them down. So we're going to need all these things replaced. So over here, whoops, I'm going to assume we're going to build a little turtles workshop over there. The plan here, by the way, is to have a second hull stabilizer on the ship so that we have more hull stability than the old one. We're also going to reserve this spot here for a second power generator. So I'm going to pause that as well. I don't want it to be built now, but it's going to be that. And there's a sweet spot over here for the assembler. And I think I'm going to go assembler and recycler. So the idea is the central room will be able to construct all the basic blocks from either recycled material or made fresh, sort of in the central section. Did I misalign these hulls? But I have symmetry mode. Oh, I might have dragged it on top of where the airlock was. There we go. Oh, wall and window in wrong spot due to airlock. Well, that wall, that. Is the window also in the wrong spot? Okay, now the window is centered on this. Yeah, this airlock is going to go away. Think the window's okay? But this... Oh, no, you're right. Well, okay. So there's more space in here than I need. I really could build the wall here. Yeah, I guess that is what I want. Okay. So what we actually want is the door here, the wall here, and then another door there. And so I do, in fact, want some hull there. And then when we remove the airlock, we'll just extend this wall out over here. Okay. The question is, I don't know where I want to put the airlock. Oh, they want to come and scan me. Oh, no, they want supplies. Yeah, no, that's fine. 3 steel plates. I mean, we're using it in construction, but the money will be good. Thank you. All right. And then the other thing I'm thinking is that, and we'll have to rebuild a little extra wall here, is that we will be going and doing this. And same thing here. I will probably be extending the hull out on these sides here, and these will get replaced with walls. And then the far end over here could be doors. Or I center up the door. Like maybe there's a door here, and I guess I'm saying center, but really what we'd be talking about is... Right. This will be extra hull over here, and that will be where the wall is. I guess I'll do that now, just to get this room sized the way that I'm going to want it. So enemies, as we pointed out last stream, enemies aboard at the airlock. So we want the airlock to be in a place that's relatively defensible. I'm wondering about building the bridge kind of area in here. So we have like the central core and the bridge really centered on a ship, and then we build around it. Both trip was a big triangle. Well, it'd be a little tricky to fit some things, but yeah. You don't know where to build the airlock, just extend a long pathway. Yeah, I was a little bit worried about like people walking super far to do it, but it's really not a big deal. I could just go and build a long hallway here, although we can't build it where the engine is. We'd really have to stick it out from the front. Maybe we could just plan on something like that right away. You'd be like, okay, I don't know where things are going to go. I think we'll probably end up building the second engine back here. So we'll sort of copy this right here. Which, if we look, yeah, it's in line over here. So we build that where the PDC is going to go. And then we go... What's the easiest way to, like, sort of size this? And we get sort of a 5 by 2 area right behind it. And then a 1 by 3 from here. And a 1 by 5 offset 2 lower. And then we fill this in. It's not the same shape. I think I went too far down. One up, yeah, okay. Yeah, I just went too far. Yeah, because the 1 by 5 starts aligned here. That's the issue. Yeah. And then I can imagine I can draw a 5 by 7 from this corner. And then a little bit wider. So we need 2 spaces without anything, and then we need that. That might be the right shape. And then we have a 2 gap. And then we have something that's got at least a 2 wide internal space. And what we can do for now is we can just do sort of one of these. And then one of these so that they'll be connected up. Is that as far out wide? But it's aligned this way, right? No. Nope. I gotta move everything inward by 1. Be nice to get, Oh! Hang on. Oh! That's not aligned the way I thought. I thought these guys here were aligned, but they're not. 1, 2, 3, and then the outer wall. 1, 2, 3, and then the outer wall. I think that's actually what it is. Although I'm realizing now that no, I actually do want this aligned, and I don't want the engine as far out. I think I do want this. And then what I'll do is I'll place the engine and I'll cut out the outside wall. Let me cut that back so we don't overbuild. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't like where that is. That can be tightened up. That's going to be much nicer. And then objects, walls, something like that. And we might end up with these double doors over here and here as well when we extend it, but it's really tough to see the angle. It would be interesting if when you're in this mode, there was an option to go straight down. It'd be a lot easier. Or again, sort of the Timberborn style little construction lines to show the alignment. I mean, I love that it's got the mirror modes and everything. Obviously, that's quite good. Cannot reach temperature, but they might. Yeah, it's not so bad. Yeah. Yeah, that's great. And then I can be like, yeah, we don't need that or that. Perfect. That's what I want. I don't know why Signy's going over here. Don't get yourself stuck, please. Oh, I had meant to pause the engine. Don't actually build it right now. And then let me double check. Yeah, there we go. That's perfectly flush and tight. Actually, I can save a little bit more hull. If I move this... And I think this is actually the... if I go back and check some of my other screenshots, I suspect... This is actually what it had. There you go. So now you got a little bit of walking space in here. Oh, we should get a light in here, I think, too. Is that under furniture, I think? Yeah. I don't know how important that is. Let's get a light right in there so this room is nicely lit. And I'll leave the light unpaused so it does actually happen. There we go. What's the second ship's purpose? People seem to say... Oh, we're going to tear down the old one. This second ship is just to get a design that is sort of cleaner and more organized than this thing that we sort of built piecemeal as we were going. You can build multiple ships that, you know, but I think you'd still have a primary ship and then maybe some secondary ships with another purpose, but we are going to just run the one. We could have an airlock right in the back middle. We could even build another one in the front. I don't think there's a reason to have more than one airlock, though. Maybe it would make delivering goods easier. I'm not sure. We could treat this rear area as like almost a hangar bay. I know, very unlikely I'm drinking an energy drink over here. Had a very crazy busy day. Needed the extra kick. Does the mirrored front engine compartment need to be fixed now? We'll see. Mirror mode was still on, so in theory, this has been updated to the latest whatever I've got over here. Push the hallway back, you can have the airlock surrounded by walls, maybe? That's actually a good idea. Is let's say we went airlock. Oh, right. The thing that annoys me with the airlock is it actually can't be centered on the spine because it's 3 tiles wide. So it can't be exactly centered. Although, by the look of it, I would say the airlock, the actual airlock is 2 tiles wide and it's got an extra console on the side. So assuming this is center lined here, and I'd say that it is, yeah, we could build an airlock like this and then continue to extend the sections around it, which would look awesome. 2 airlocks, 1 on each side. Could be. I think that would be, other than to keep a visual symmetry, I think would be utterly useless. Now, don't get me wrong, a visual symmetry is pretty cool. So, plan is going to be to put an airlock over there, and I'll also plan the door in place there. Might have been a little early to build these sections here because I'm not actually... Well, I think we might need 3 engines quite quickly for the size of the ship. On the other hand, with a bit of a reset, and especially since we're using up a lot of resources here, we actually might be able to make do with just 2 of these X1 engines. But the plan is going to be to have the space for 4. 2 airlocks means 2 breach points to defend. Yeah. Don't love that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate the plans over here. Wait a minute. No, we're good. Aren't we? Yeah, the rear to cell I didn't finish. I think they have to stand... I can't... Hang on, I guess over here. I think they have to stand here to operate this. Which means I can't do the symmetrical build on the other side. Oh no. Because I think someone would need to stand right here. Oh. Kynal Wrath says the squares need to be free when placing. You can remove them once they're down? The console is on both sides. Weird that it let me... Okay. We'll extend and then we can tear down. Let's give it a try and see. Actually, what I'm curious about is because can I plop the blueprint? Oh, shoot, these things are supposed to be paused. Can I plop the blueprint and then cancel the blocks immediately? I guess that's true. We can lengthen the pod. If we just lengthen the pod and then sit the engine back by 1, then there'll be room to walk around the front of it. I'd also have to widen it to give it the space. But let's see. So yeah, this becomes a legal placement. It does look like it's got a couple of work spots on the other side. Now I'm curious, now that it's placed... Oh no, I think that's red. I think that's... If I do that here. Oh, that's... Well, no, maybe. I guess I should... Yeah, I'm going to allow this to get constructed. Because we need to know if this works. Although... No! See, it's red. I think it can't be constructed. I think they have to stand here to build it. Well, that's disappointing. Boo, exactly. No, I don't think there's a... I can't tell... I can't identify a flip for this, which makes sense because of the isometric graphics. So what we'll do is we're going to build 1 tile back and leave the extra width at front so people can walk. And we'll have to do that on the other side too. So cancel you, build 1 extra tile back and fill that in. And then this is going to have to be trimmed backwards as well because we'll need the extra room for the engines. And those will have to be a little bit of design, but actually I hadn't meant to complete this yet. I should have done this maybe in plan mode or something. I think there's just a power fluctuation from maybe the PDC's activating or something over here. So we're out of steel plates. Oh, we are legit out of steel plates. Do you happen to have any? Yes. Send it to the sprout because we use it to construct things over there. I think we're good on blocks. Yeah. And honestly, the things that we need the steel plates for, we may not actually need. We're still not constructing energy cells for our robots, so I'm going to get a handful of them. Since they're on sale anyway. Yeah. They may have been red because of unavailable resources, but I don't think so, because the other ones... Oh, maybe they're... No, see, it's blue when it's okay. Maybe it was unavailable resources, but I think it's because it couldn't be reached. There. If we do this... See, now it's nicely bluish. And people can definitely walk to this side. I guess they can walk through that corner. Everything seems legal. So we're going to assume that's okay. And we cannot build there. Is it because there's crap in the way? Oh. That's because there was a hull block that was still left. There we go. Okay. You know what? I'm fine with this. Well, now make have resources. Maybe, but I don't think so. I guess I should still pause the engines momentarily. Well, I mean, as long as the temperature is there. No, you know what? Oh, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to unpause the PDCs so we can get this ship to babysit itself. There we go. Get them constructing. That'll be fine. There you did. They were sitting on the ground waiting to build. All right. Oh, yeah. I guess it is red because of unavailable resources for a tick. Okay, maybe that's all it was. So maybe it would have been fine, but I'm happy with this. As long as it's symmetrical, and you know what? Maybe we want the ability to walk around it. Oh, we should go and get a light in here as well. So, wait there. No, the PDCs fire on their own. Which I didn't think. Well, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure in my testing they did start to shoot on their own. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we do need the operation. We'll see what happens when they get built. Your engine room doors and so... Yeah, I do. I agree. They don't align and it does kind of hurt a little bit. Which I could have just moved this back. Because this will be centered when we expand. Maybe we'll just have to deal with it. The thing is, I'm not sure it's going to be symmetrical over here too, because really I want the minimum amount of space between the engine pods, and there's no guarantee that they're going to align with anything in the other rooms either. Maybe what I'll do is I'll just change this to some X1 doors here and here instead. There's no complaint about these, right? There's no error, whatever. I think they're fully automatic. Maybe I'm wrong, but it feels like they're just on. I guess we could just keep looking until there's another meteor to shoot down. Well, there's this one, but... Would it be in range? No, so it's not in range. Okay, if we go now into build mode over here, there we go. We can see exactly the distance we can operate on. So it's going to be that, and that's where that PDC is going to sit. It's going to be the PDC here, the power core here, and then, yeah, what's slightly annoying is just not being able to... Okay, from this corner here of the door, it's 6x6. From this corner here, it's 6x6. Does it sometimes be nice to just draw the floor and have the walls pop in automatically? When defense uses the operations control. It's weird that they don't complain, or maybe they get... There's a certain amount of operations that exist and they just have to be reloaded from time to time. I don't know. So, we're going to fill in this hull. And then... by 9, and then that. Okay, yeah. It's going to be fine. And then we'll build in that wall. Because that was counting this wall, which we're going to remove, so it's going to be a by 8. Yes. And you can see here, see, it removed the hull wall, but left a little X1 wall there because there was a thermal regulator. And I kind of wish there was a mode to say, listen, this hull wall, I want this to stay around as an X1. You know, you can charge me resource. No, I really didn't want to click on you. Send me back to my ship. Thank you. Yeah, I know whole wall's not the same. But it's like strip out a bunch, but leave something. Like it clearly does, but I don't know. I guess this is the fact that it leaves any sometimes is just a way to make things work. In floor lighting. Where do I want to put these? Maybe right next to the door? I don't know. I don't know how much of a radius they illuminate, and like just put one in the middle of the room. Actually, I'm going to put one in front of each one of the little storage bins over there. We might not have symmetry for the in-floor lighting in every room, but it makes sense because different rooms are going to have like objects in different positions. There's not really, I think, a one-size-fits-all for that. So let's assume we will do the airlock in this rear section now. And yeah, I think the actual bit that sticks out here, I think is nicely centered. And then it's got the little oddball. And then, yeah, what if we then went, just because it would look cool, and saying extend the hull out. Yeah, no, that does work. I could be like, all right, we're going to fill in to there. 7 wide. Okay, so the actual airlock tile is this one. But visually, it does look like it's both those. So I think I'm okay with that placement. And then we can tear down this airlock, move it over here. And then what I was thinking is just forward of the bridge, like right in here, make a room that's got the shield generators and guns. Because it has like negative comfort, so we don't want to put it in the same room where people are actively working. Actually, we might be able to pull it back a little. We might be able to do something that's kind of like this, which might look kind of neat. All right, well, that airlock's in place, so dismantle this one, please. And then what I think I'll do is I'm just going to put the thermal regulators also on the other side over here. That'll look nice. And let me double check this whole thing. So it's system, PDC, system. Right, it's got to be extended one more tile, and that is correct. Right? Because power goes there. And then that gives a walking gap. Yeah. And I'll let these two get built. Oh, and I guess the other thing is I was putting the thermal regulators on the side of these doors here, which I think is still good and correct. We built a base, there's also station buildings, tech tree and crafting. Yeah, I really want to play the station building mode. It sounds awesome. Oh, they're delivering plenty of goods. Did I not? Oh, I did. Okay. I'm wondering if I can stop the hull block building. I'm going to go and cancel it. So we've got some stored up. Actually, I don't know if we've got 20, because I set it to 15 or under. Maybe you get a batch, because we're going to tear down this one and we'll get some extra hull blocks. We probably have too many. All right, what do you want? You want parts, or you want to check to see if I'm all legal here? Routine inspection. Yep, speed it along. Leftover hull blocks inside the ship near the left engine. Is that a visual glitch? There's a little bit of debris-looking thing over here. I don't know if that's what you mean. These little bits here. I think that might be just intentional sort of visual stuff. I don't know. In the room between the engine and the main corridor. You mean these? The engine, main corridor. We don't have a main corridor, so I'm not sure what you mean. Maybe you mean this area here. The unfinished blocks. You mean the unfinished blocks. Yeah, what is... Oh, no. Oh, but this is supposed to go here. Holy... All right, well, we definitely got hit. All right, we might need an op center here faster. Because the damage is starting to be kind of sucky. Did you build this back part? Okay, you did. So let's see. If I were to say now... Perfect. Perfect. Pause. Pause. There we go. Okay. So we got this quad engine set up, and it's also nicely square. And if we take a look at the PDC coverage, you can see there's going to be a lot of overlapping coverage, which is great. Exactly what we want. Still building what? Missing lights in the engine rooms. Oh, yes, the new engine rooms. I mean, I don't know how critical it is, but you know what? We're going to say it is critical. So you go there. You go there. Okay. You're complaining about temperature. I think that's because of the way things got cracked. Okay. Let's get oxygen over here. So my plan was to build an oxygen generator here in the central room. So we got the tools, the oxygen, the stability, the power, the core. Again, sort of all the basics in here. And then I was thinking we'd move the basic production of stuff over here. So we put down the advanced assembler and then the recycler, because it also happens to be the same sort of size. So we got a nice amount of symmetry, which means we can get our block production all in here from either the raw material or by recycling some debris. We've got that. And then maybe a little bit of an industrial room back here. So we could do... we'll need an energy refinery, that's for sure. Actually, maybe the energy refinery should be in here? We find... Oh, do we want a window in here? Is an excellent question. I did build a window here, didn't I? Oh no, I didn't. I forgot. That got changed when I was, you know, making my changes. Shut up, I can English. Yeah. Windows for prettiness. So energy refinery. Oh, yeah, it is a little wider. The slope almost looks like it just. Oh, can it not go? That's interesting. The heater can occupy a shared tile with the storage. So this tile here sort of has the heater and the storage, but I guess it doesn't work with the energy refinery for some reason. Or maybe you have to build the heater afterwards? Because we place thermal regulators behind objects quite often, but maybe not behind all objects. Let's say if I tried to put a water purifier... see, the water purifier is fine here. Huh. Some blocks and buildings are half height instead of full height. Yeah. Okay. Let's undo the windows before we put anything that might be in the way. Yeah, someone said the circles here might... There it is. There's the ship transfer rules. I could go and set everything to, like, yoink to here, but I don't think that's quite right. I suppose I could yoink all the blocks over here. That actually might not be a bad idea. If I say, can I multi-select? There you go. Oops. All the building blocks, yoink to this ship here. We don't have to do any building blocks on the other ships. And if they need it, well, they can go and grab from over here. Oh, I pulled... Damn it. I didn't realize I pulled up the wall too. Recycler. So, recycle everything. Not that you have any yet. That's okay. Oh, do hull blocks have to be loaded into pods for construction? Yeah, maybe I want to leave the hull blocks over there. Until we get the pods. Clear. Go. Windows for pretty. All right, so let's go back to resource. So yeah, no item refinery there, but I can put it there. What about you? Yeah, you can't go there either. There's like a... Here's a gap, or I guess I can put it there. Ooh, no, that's not the right... That's not the same size. Oh, that looks... You can go there because you can overlap there, which is okay. I can move you here. I can't put the metal refinery there. But I suppose I could do... Oh, you're wider than I thought. I have the tool facility, all right, so I don't need to do that. Item workbench. I don't know. Maybe the item stuff goes somewhere else? Or I could do this. Item workbench, water refinery. How big's the item? Oh, hang on a sec. No. Cancel. We get the item workbench and then the item fabricator facing each other. That looks halfway decent. Oh, maybe the move on the blueprint would work okay. And then, like, the ore processor is there, so I kind of put the oh, there we go, metal refinery just across. We might want a little bit more like appropriate storage for them, which I could go and expand in this place, which feels kind of good. If we do this, I think the large storage is 2x3. Yeah, so I can put a large storage here and there. Ooh, I think I like this. Do I want to let this stuff finish? At this point, yeah? And then at what point do I start tearing down the stuff on the other ship? Oh, fuck, I forgot we need the high power nodes. That's something I didn't leave room for. Right over here would be decent, because I think it would reach... Actually, that's an excellent point. Yeah, we can put it here and then just nudge it. Okay. Right, that'll be something else we have to build. We don't have one of those yet. I don't know how much we need to prioritize it, but what I should at least do is plop it. Yeah, I think this is all going to be more manufacturing. I'm going to attempt to do this. Leave a 2-tile wide hallway to go and access the engines. We might want, like, the energy core stuff to be closer to the engines. I don't know how much that matters. No matter what, they're all going to be spread out. So as long as I think we've got a kind of a centralized placement, that might be enough. No, you can't. The move of the objects over here, there is a move button, but what it does is it deconstructs it and reconstructs it somewhere else. Though at this point, I can go... I guess I already got rid of the recycler. But I can tear down some of these other things that we may not need anymore. I don't think this ore processor... Yeah, this ore processor is done. We don't have any ore anymore, so I can tear that down. Which probably means, yeah, the metal refinery is also idle. So I'm going to tear that down as well for some parts. Not even sure if the chemical factory is doing anything anymore. It may be. The advanced assembler, we've got one getting together over there. But yeah, you're still operating. So let's leave you for now. Your pause, which is good. I'll pause you because we don't need the... We don't need that right now. But I am... Storage. That's going to be nice. Okay. Would it make sense to have the cargo holds next to the airlock? Yeah, I agree. And here, they're at least they're fairly close. Not literally right next door, but they're pretty close. I think there's a good point of what if we just put a couple of cargo holds directly next to the airlock, which maybe. And yeah, farming district next. We actually could probably fit a decent amount of farming there. We could even do a second one over here. And then it's probably going to be some living quarters and things. It would be nice to have the farming not too far away from the kitchens. Do I do a forward bio bay for the farming? Could look kind of nice. Yeah, because very naturally this feels very shuttly. Now, I didn't do a count for like size and things, but... Oh, people are actually standing around without spacesuits now. Whoa. Oh, that's a lot of rocks. Okay. And then we will have to find a little isolated place for the chem thing. Is there any other industrial stuff that generates toxic gas? Because we could put them in the same room. Yeah, other than chemicals, I mean. We could really move everyone over here. Well, we'd have to get some of the pods first. Okay, let's... Shuttle bay. This is actually perfectly sized for a shuttle bay. Oh yeah, bedroom stairwell, hydroponic CO2, yeah. That is actually really nice. You know... Okay, I don't know where the optronics is going to go. But I kind of love this. I just kind of love it. Yeah, it looks good, right? Like, maybe there's another optimal way to do it, but doesn't it look nice? And we could even do that with a door. And here, I suppose we'd align with that. Like, we don't really need this walled off. But it's kind of hella cool. Recycler, energy, metal, and chem refineries all produce gas. Whoa! Really? Have all those over here. Or we just, I mean, as long as we have a gas processor back here, it's probably enough. We might need another manufacturing area on the side of the power room. Still a few buildings to go. Yeah. Well, we do still have a little bit of room on the flanks, too. Right? We've got room to expand in both these sides over here, which is likely going to be where it is. Although I like the little, the cinched waist look. A little more. I think it's just because you're out of water here, because mostly people have to ferry water over. Oh, advanced assembly. Okay. And then... I mean, we might want to do something like make sure the shield generator... Because we might want to build proper shield generators. I mean, there's all the better power generators too, but... Man, no one's coming over here. Oh, they're on a coffee break. That doesn't help. You know, we can do this. If they're idle, they don't have to go back to the other ship anymore, since they can theoretically take off their spaceships here, or spacesuits. There you go. And I still want to have room for the... I think it's under storage, right? The cargo ports. Which... Oh, well, no, I could extend the hull here and here. We could have the cargo ports on the back. Because originally I was like, oh, we could do something like this or whatever, but... I don't hate that. Oh, do I need to make even slightly tall? Yeah. We need one more tile than that. I think here was fine, but here we need more. And of course we want symmetry. There it is. Hello. Routine inspection of wasting my time. Thank you. Goodbye. See, something in an old ship still making block. Oh! Yeah, I don't know if it's only counting blocks on its own thing. It might be. Let's go and turn that off now. Especially, we have the new refiner set up. So I will actually go and officially dismantle that guy. And then, right, you need power. What we need to do is prioritize building that power node, please. Yeah, that's a lot of machinery near the airlock. You're not wrong. And I'm still wondering, like, what if we end up moving the airlock to the front? Because, well, things do get dropped off here. The problem is we want the airlock near our stockpiles, and we want the stockpiles near the machine. It might just have to be, I don't know. It's going to be tight for melee. There's that, too. I don't know. We'll just never get boarded. It's fine. We'll just never get boarded, you guys. This is meant to be a replacement ship. Yeah, we're going to tear down the old one once this one is established. Takes a long time to build these ships. Long time. That's the metal refinery. Oh, there we go. And the power node's ready. So we're going to move the power grid. So. Cover everything in here. Good. Blasted a rock. That's nice. Fit a gas scrubber, has his gas in the power room next to the tool workshop or oxygen. Oh, right there. Yeah, that's true. Now, here's the thing. Did someone say the recycler made gas? I don't know if there's a... With the chemical factory. This is hazardous gas and a noisy. We only get that in the description. Heat and is noisy. Oh, you can see what makes gas in the build menu. Well, so as I say, I saw somewhere. There it is. Heat output and gas. Okay, the energy refinery. There we go. Metal refinery. Recycler. So this recycler does. Well, we'll probably have a gas filter here and here, because if nothing else, we know when there's like explosions and stuff, it's pretty bad. And we should probably get one in place. And yeah, there is room here for a little gas scrubber, which is nice. Can I fit one in there? No, that would be really swell, but it does block too many of the spots. Potato, thank you very much. Hold on one second. I want to do this or this. Or does it matter? I guess I don't want to do that because I could put something there, or I could put something here. I guess we could always move it if we're not happy. I guess I'll just get one going in its room anyway. Thank you very much, Potato. Hey, Quill, thank you for the years of entertainment. Been watching for 14 plus years. P.S. Does everyone know to join the Discord if you're a member on YouTube? It doesn't show up in the list. Oh, okay. So I think other people have. I think what you do is you go in Discord, and in Discord you can link from inside Discord. You can connect it to Twitch or to YouTube or I think Patreon from in there. And that should get you auto-invited to Discord. If it doesn't, email me at quillyteen@quillyteen.com. We'll work it out. But I'm pretty sure. Routine inspection. Yes. Okay. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep. We need an IT crowd style like auto answering machine. Like auto answer those things for us. Oh, we are legitimately low on energy. You know what? I'm going to buy you out because we're here for a little while. You've got a discount on energy rods. Now, energy rods is something we technically do probably have that have been moved over. But yeah, let's make sure we don't run out of energy here and do that. Probably plan space for more than one fighter. Maybe. I'm wondering if we should just have one miner, one construction pod, and then 2 fighters. Oh. Body storage. Well, maybe we could put that up front in sort of a medical bay. Like, I'm wondering if you probably are waiting for your energy rods to be delivered. I'm wondering if we go sort of like the what am I looking for? Like biotics, biotech, bionics. What am I looking for like the greenhouse hydroponics kind of bay? I feel like there's a word I'm looking for. Botany bay. A botany bay. Bedrooms with vents because of the CO2 thing, which people keep pointing out, which is a great idea. We could do medical, and then we could have maybe like the body storage or something because it's kind of related. I was about to ask for the email, but this is YouTube. Can we just rewind? Yeah! Yeah, QuillyTina.com will try to get you sorted if you can't do it. But yeah, in Discord, if you go into your personal settings, there should be a place where you can set up, I think it's called connections. And then connecting to YouTube should be a possibility. And it should get you auto-invited to the Discord channel at that point. If you're a paid YouTube member. Oh yeah, we can do the composting and stuff up there too. Does mean if we bring dead alien bodies, they'll be dropped off here and have to be schlepped to the front, but that's fine. I mean, at some point, people are going to have to walk somewhere. Can't optimize for all cases. But I storage next to Maxwell seems worrying. I don't know, it's morgues. We can't put it in the basement of the hospital, so it'll have to be next door in this time. Okay, let's build up the bridge. Is that under systems? Yeah. Now, what kind of size are we looking at? Again, I would love a little midline marker, although I guess we sort of have it here. There you go. Ops. Nav. Oh. Weapons. Shield. If we tear that down, then what we can do is we can run a wall here and just have this be the bridge. Am I missing anything in there? I don't think those things need a power whatever the fuck. Yeah, that's looking kind of okay to me. Yeah, painting the floor, put the midline would be good. You can paint walls, but like one room at a time. Oh, we might want to plan for a window. Which only needs 4 tiles. I think the hull one is like 6 because it's 4 for the windows, but then it has to attach to something. Oh my god, who dis? Routine inspection. It's like one of those things like we've been put on a list at the airport. It's like you've been randomly selected. You get randomly selected every time. But no, it's random. Because I made a post one time about how I didn't really like the Orange Man. Oh, I'm so sorry. Am I? That's you. Oh, Punisher, do you get randomly selected every single time? In floor lights. There and there. We just bought some energy in, although I don't know how much we got overall. Yeah, the Sprout's got 20 days worth, so that's okay. So we might want to be like, listen, let's prioritize the ops console. And maybe we can prioritize one of the pods, make this the construction pod, because if we've got that and, say, the shuttle hangar, we really might be able to do a full teardown of the other ship at that point. Ooh, shit, the shield generator's big. Parking jammer, various turrets. You know what? I want the surgical enhancement facility. I'm going to want to plop that down in their medical wing. Solar panel. Maybe we should add some solar panels to this. I don't know. Should we? Tell you what, I'll add it to the queue. I don't know what priority necessarily. Where's the power? Solar panels. I don't know. Tell you what, we'll do it fairly high up, and we'll see about slapping a couple on here. Yeah, so there is over here. There's floors. I don't know. Yes, it's the whole room, which is cool. Like, I don't mind that, but I would like to just be like, I'm just gonna make a little strip down the middle, so that we can see where the spine of the ship is. You gotta have solar panels. Wind turbines won't work. They'll work when we move, right? Because then all that solar wind will blow the wind turbines, and we'll get infinite power. I know how to thermodynamics. Hypersleep room. That's another good point. I don't know. I guess it could be the opposite side of the medical one. But part of me is like, do we need the hyperspace room? The hypersleeper room? People get a little sick. I don't know. It looks like you need so much space, though, for the hypersleep. But yeah, maybe the issue is some of the buildings have been partially allocated some material and then not finishing. Actually, we might need to prioritize the energy refinery because we don't actually have one yet. And then I'll cancel... We have a little bit of material, but not much. I don't think we're short on the actual building stuff. I think it's just being built in a bit of a silly order. Actually, I will cancel these. We don't need those now, and those were hogging some hull blocks. Okay, it might have been a little bit of an issue. We may have to do a little bit more canceling since I failed to pause more things. Yeah, cancel, then rebuild, and then pause. Okay. There's power generation involved boiling water. How else would you ever generate power? All power everywhere forever will do that. The only way to generate power. Pretty sure that's how the Enterprise works. They burn dilithium crystals to boil water. And then they spin a turbine. We can get all the material as soon as we dismantle everything over here. Well, okay, you're working the ops on the main ship. Arms on there. Carrying out repairs. Working at the chemical place. I wonder if we can just turn off the chemical place at this point. We've got tons of food. I could even tear these down. Or maybe what I'll do is I'll leave the chemical thing turned off. I don't think we did put down a chemical thing over here, though. There's still a little bit of room, but not much. It would actually fit... You know what? Where I've got this gas scrubber. That does fit. I'll pause. And then plan a gas scrubber directly opposite it. There. And then I won't pause. Well, until we get a complaint about bad gases, I will leave it paused. Yeah. Okay. Pause. Do build those, because we do need those. And then the energy refinery. Okay, it's getting there. If we take a look at our fleet-wide resources, we aren't fleet-wide. We are out of infra blocks, energy blocks, and tech blocks. Okay, so we know we definitely do need... We get the 2 tech blocks, the 4 energy blocks. These to be delivering over here. And sell off some soft blocks. Okay. Warp-powered kettle, good for Janeway's coffee fix. Or for making tea, Earl Grey, super hot. There we go. Block's been delivered over here. Have to remember to leave room for the kitchen, too. Easy thing to forget. Man, building takes so long. I'd considered doing all of it in between episodes so that the ship was ready. I'm like, no, people want to see the construction, but wow. Suppose I could halt research. I'm just thinking of all the ways to, like, move more people over, but I don't know. I guess we could be like, listen, if you can construct, maybe it should be, ooh, more important. I can put it high on Bad Cat Bad as well. Lots of construction, please. I was doing construction, right? Yeah. I have to say, I actually enjoyed this episode a lot. Like, doing this stuff is a lot of fun. Now that I've sort of figured out some of the quirks, again, it took me like 2 or 3 hours of like repeated tries to figure out, like, how do I bootstrap this so that not everything's constantly breaking down because of the temperature? And then also, like, why do we keep getting holes in my hull? Because we didn't have the hull stabilizer and because of the meteors. I mean, it does suck that we're working in a system that's got asteroids, but it is nice to have this station over here, so. You know what? We don't have the energy blocks for the robot stations, so I'm going to go and tear them down. And the robot workbench, and the logistics station. Fire. Ah! Quick! Yeah, I did put a high priority on the ops station. Ooh, okay. Oh, and this one. Okay, good. You are going to build a builder. Which actually, I don't even know... You know what? I can cancel this one. We don't even need the miner right away. I'm not even sure we need the builder pod over here, but it seems like an important part of the bootstrapping. But let me pause you now. We need to build a car. I wonder if I can transfer the shuttle. Arvinkar says you can. Maybe, hold on. Maybe once it's parked back over here. Relocate? Ah! Ah! Oh, shit! Can I do that with my pods? I can. Yes! Okay. Woo! The temperature here will normalize. This is a vent. Everything's taking a little amount of time to catch up. But it should go, the power should go in here. I can accelerate it, and I may, in fact, want a heater in this room. But I think it's because we just lost a bunch of heat. Okay, the ops console is now up over here. I'm very tempted to just tell everyone to move over to the ship now. But, again, maybe not until we get the beds. Oh, I didn't want to do that. 8 hull blocks total. We've got the assembler. Okay, I'm officially going to tell all the hull blocks to get moved over here too, or all the blocks to get moved over here. Well, no, they shouldn't. They shouldn't move back to the other ship. So we can just say keep 3 of each locally, if possible. The metal refinery is on. Ah. Oh, we might actually want to set higher numbers for both of these, but I'm just going to get a little bit going on. And then here, the item workbench. Oh, yes, for repairing stuff. And this one here is for making new stuff, which we don't need right now. So I really didn't need to prioritize that, but it's also a little tiny construction, so I think it's probably okay. There we go. Local block making. Good. Open the pod bay doors. I can't do that. There we go. In for blocks, we need those. Time to aggressively move everything over. You know what I don't need? I don't need a weapons console. I don't need a scanner. I don't need an auto turret. I'm going to keep the PDCs. I don't need an auto turret. I don't think I need the hospital beds. We're not getting injured because there's no combat right now. I could tear down my engines. At this point, yeah, I feel... Backup power node. Oh, that sounds handy. I can tear down the engines. I can tear down this shuttle hangar. And this pod bit hangar. Good. I can get rid of the algae dispenser. We haven't needed that in a bit. Item fabricator we don't need. Tools still need over here. That's fine. Shell there. I suppose maybe I do want to build these pods so that we can just transfer everything over and then tear down the old ones, but there might still be some other priority stuff to do. Okay, and we got plenty of hull blocks. Let's go and spend some. Logistics overwhelmed from the hauling. Because our construction bot's not really doing anything anymore. So it feels like the thing to do is to go and build. Let me remove these sketches. Because I think the front is going to look different. But I don't know how. Let me do a save before I go and muck up everything. All this. So it was mid... Oh, we need a ship name. You know what? Before this ends, we need a ship name. Can I not? Oh, there we go. Just didn't have focus. Why can't I escape out of this? I mean, the front right now is looking very hammerheady, but... So our last one was the Sprout. Is this the Petra? Is this Bob? Ouroboros. Ooh, that's a nice name. Just selling all that fabric. That's a good point. I forget we have a million fabric. The Event Horizon. I've seen that movie. It's scary. Work in progress. Still lazy to change it. It should just be like... It should just be the temp name. And then always the temp name. Hey, thank you very much, Protato. I keep, like, seeing your name, though, and I keep thinking, like, both Protoss and Brotato, which is an excellent name. Thank you so much. The temporary solution. Work in progress V2. The Brush L Sprut. Temporary solutions way of making... I do like... You know what? The temporary solution, because nothing's more permanent than that. We've guaranteed this thing will live forever. Like, if you call your ship the Titanic, it's obviously doomed. You call your ship the Temporary Solution, there's some real hope in that. Now, I don't know what we're going to do with these spaces here, but I could leave it for now. Although this could... Oh, I think I talked about making this maybe a bit of a weapons bay. Like, let's say... I think that's all under systems, right? Small... The footprint's the same between... No, it's not the same. Now, there was no radius for this. Like, I still don't actually understand how these shield generators work. Do we need them spread out? Oh, that works like hull integrity. Okay, so their positioning doesn't matter at all. Okay. And yeah, I got the doors here. Like, probably. And then what I might do... Oh, I can't do it right now. But let's assume maybe we do like a double hull door. Which we could do. Couple of guns. Now, that might be better. I wonder if the other guns are 3x3. Like the energy turret. I don't think it says. Or I might not build a double door there. If this is 3x3, fine. Then it just sits there just fine. But we have some basic room here for some weapon systems. Not counting the point defense cannons, which are nicely positioned on the outside of the ship. So yeah, if the laser turret and the rocket thing, if they're 3x3, then we've got enough room for that in here, which is okay. So then the sketch becomes... What if we have sort of a... I wish I could put labels, but let's say this is the sort of kitchen entertainment room. And then let's say we have a row of bedrooms like this that then vent into the hydroponics back here, which I think we want this because they're 3 tall. So I think that's kind of leaving enough room. Oh, it needs a high power thingy over there too. Right. And they're 3x3. That might be a little tight on space then. So if the 3x3 it occupies fully, but then we do need the power thingy still. Which I could put here. It means we can't walk through this, but everything will still be reachable for maintenance. That might be okay. And then, yeah, maybe a medical wing, maybe 2, maybe just a pair of medical beds and a pair of medical beds or something in the enhancement suite. And then we've got all the space over here. Okay, I think this is looking all right. We might end up doing some trimming afterwards. And yeah, where are we putting the scanner? I don't know. Well, what might happen is maybe that's what these little extra wings are for. And I think the scanner also needs high power stuff. But if we put the large high power one there and then scanner here and here, detachable saucer section, very important. Okay. I'm going to do that, and I'm hoping to make it unsquare later. I'm going to start with this, and we'll try to de-square it. High power can be placed in the kitchen. Yeah, on the other side. Yep, that's true. You overrode the sketch. That's okay. The sketch was just sort of like eyeballing things. All your guns don't replace that bad during combat. Maybe. I guess if they targeted here, maybe it would be bad. So what we might do is do shield generated guns. Or here, like maybe we go shield generator guns, shield generator guns. Especially, we do have a high power source here, which actually might work out for the best, right? Doesn't have to do that, but it looks nice if we do this. Rec room could be part of the kitchen. And yeah, if we do that, that means... Yeah, so let's assume... There's no door... Actually, that looks kind of nice. Like, obviously these won't all be shield generators, but assuming the other things are 3x3, and this is a 3x3 placeholder, then we know that that works. And we can always expand in here. In fact, it's fairly likely we'll do some of that, maybe for some additional industry later. Oh yeah, the prison. So does this just become the kitchen as is? Oh, again, I talked about maybe it would be nice to have kitchen next to the growing area. Not that this would be that far away. We could go bedroom into botany into kitchen. Maybe. The nice thing is then we could have bedrooms with the hall windows. Yeah, research room, that's another great question. And yeah, I'm assuming we want something like this and like this, because I'm assuming these are bad for comfort for all kinds of different reasons. Oh, maybe I do this, and then we can directly from the bridge go and access these for maintenance. Yeah. Yeah, I like this. Research room, bar, gym, guest accommodation, soft play area, petting zoo. What about a rage room? That's very important. I would love to go to a rage room in real life. Man, that would be cool. Is there a... I was gonna say, is there a ship around, but not currently. There's various objects in space. I guess the easiest way to go and harvest those, as I discovered, is control. Although the box selecting is a little awkward. Control. Do this. There we go. We're gonna collect all these miscellaneous little rocks and stuff. I don't know what goes to collect it. If it's the mining pod, the construction pod. I actually don't know what goes and collects those rocks. Must be the construction pod. Yeah, kind of wondering about making it a little bit of a hammerhead mushroom shape in the front. Yeah, like maybe we move some of these buildings out of here, especially when we get the engineering areas on the side. And maybe we set up a better combat area, cover or something. What do you want? Are you here to investigate me? Blah, 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 blah. Routine investigation, blah, blah, blah. Reveal everything. Yes, we're awesome. Thank you very much. Piss off. You want to buy some fabric? You know what? I don't know about these space suit oxygen extenders. You know what? I'm just going to get rid of them. Maybe they're awesome. We can always build more if something comes up. Oh, yeah, they do take fabrics. And why are energy rods cheaper than energium? I guess they maybe one energium generates a lot of energy rods. Get 2 rods per energium. Okay. Miners and builder pods can go out and pick up stuff. Thank you. Right, I still don't need that. I think I'm going to unpause the chemicals and therefore the air filter as well. Gentle tap and the saline is here. I have a lot of fruit too. Might want to keep that just in case it takes a while to get our botany back up. I don't think I need to buy anything else from you. But yes, we'll unload some fabrics. Because we have a ridiculous amount. Oh, maybe they don't buy fabric here. Complete 2 engines so we have the engine moving. It's not a bad idea. We also want to know that the engines are functional. Let's go. I'm going to unpause 2 of these engines. Go, hull blocks. We did tear apart the old engines. Got that material block. Oh, I can tear apart this chemical refinery. Yeah, it might be necessary to jump and mine some. That's true. Actually, I tore down the ore processor and we just got some raw ore. We need to get that working. Unreachable. That's interesting. Oh! Because there's no door to here. Yeah, it's okay. We have a deconstruct command in place. Fine. I don't know if there's like a don't bother replanting command for these. Like finish this harvest, but then don't replant. I guess I could get rid of the nav console. And yeah, I guess I can get rid of the research workbench. We're not tearing down anything anymore, so that's okay. Don't let me forget the space toilet. That would be pretty bad. And yeah, we can start trimming down the hull. You think you're right. Yeah. Whoa. Turn off this mirroring, please. Oh, there is actually something there. No. What? Yes. Cancel. No, I'll do that just to make sure that looks okay. And then remove a little chunk there. Not remove that. Okay. Oh, it's the wall and door. Yep. Okay. Get rid of that and that. Some of that is just wall as well. We should get 1 or 2 spacesuit sources up here too. Hull breach. I mean, sort of, but not really. Just deconstruct in a logical order, please. Build a room bounded by internal walls and paint the floor. Will the painted floor retain once the walls come down? Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. Are you here for a routine inspection? What a surprise! I think they got a quota. Oh. Okay. I think, yeah, we actually can't reach back here. So we will have to go and do that, which is too bad because it's going to square it off and look less cool. It's because you're good. Oh, maybe if we boost our friendship, they won't go and quota me, and then we could smuggle all we want. That seems crazy. Could you imagine if you like got in good with the governing forces of some sort of government or something, and that meant you could act illegally in any way you wanted? That would be insane. Oh, I didn't notice there's little lights on top of the doors to show the vent status. Like this, I'm guessing this is green because this vent is open because it doesn't matter, and these are yellow because, well, no, I don't know, because these are clearly internal. Is there something here? There's no light. Maybe it's just not finished? Like, sue yourself. Yeah, see, that would be insane. Cops are playing snooker in your ship's red. I heard that on QI. Is that happening in, I want to say, Cornwall? So funny. You have to ticket the cars in the right order. Count snooker points. Are you playing Mechborn today? What? Mechborn? What is Mechborn? Ooh. I mean, clearly the answer is no. Roguelike deck builder, your mech is your deck. Huh. Q4 2026. I'm guessing some people got an early access code. You can check my email. For all I know, I've got something. Okay, if I go and finish these pods, then I can move all this over and then continue to trim back more hull. Haven't fallen into the game, we start with a destroyed space station rebuild. I think that's one of the starting scenarios. That's not the one we did, but I think that's one of the starting scenarios. Yeah, get a little bit more hull block. We got some hull block down there too. It's interesting, it's not counting as stored, I guess, because it's not in a storage bin, even though it's... Need to get people over here so that they run the ops more regularly, so that the meteors get stopped more regularly. Not to mention timely repairs. Okay, if you have nothing to do, idle on the temporary solution. There you go. That's a new command. And actually, you're right. The bridge may legitimately need heaters, because it doesn't actually have any itself. What we'll do is we'll get a pair in here, which is more than this room needs, but it'll guarantee backup and then spill into other rooms. This space here is really cold, so that's probably not helping the bridge. And then, of course, we got heaters here, but this isn't enclosed. I might want to just put in a temporary wall. It's going to be a lot of tearing down after. Unreachable. I think it's unreachable. You can't put a priority on what hull gets worked on, which is a little annoying. Have you played first Knights of Honor? I've never played Knights of Honor. I don't know what that is. A lot of people asking about games I haven't played today. I don't suppose you have some hull blocks just in case that is a bit of a bottleneck. We might want to buy some more. The answer seems to be no. Okay. Check with some of the ships when they come by. Speaking of. Yeah, I know those 2 hours went fast. We still have so much work to do. No! Blast the space rocks! Well, alright. And this is venting the bridge. I don't know if you like... You can recruit, but I don't know if you can force a drafted person to work on a specific job. There you go. Thank you for patching that up. But you know what? Let's go and prioritize this door, please. That'll give us a little bit more of a buffer if something happens in this tile. And also prioritize both of these heaters. There we go. There we go. That should help the bridge so that we can run the ops station again and just not have anything be damaged constantly. That's going to be important. There we go. Okay. Job error. Not be completed. Yeah, I think it's because of this. I do like that you can see the temperature. Like, this is, I think, all frosty. And then it gets darker as the heat gets up. I like that a lot. Yeah, the engines are there, and this, it's exceeding its mass. We're going to need a third engine, as expected. We need at least a third engine to carry all this mass. I don't want to unpause it right now, because I kind of want people to work on other things. Although I don't think there's any outstanding construction to do. Maybe I should go and say, all right, go ahead. All right. Plant rebreather, that's cool. Kind of wish you could click this to initiate the trade. A lot of exotic ore. Basic ore. I think the sprout does still need energium. Oh yeah, there's no limit on that. Is it steel plates we use to make hull blocks? Although in theory we'll get some from tearing stuff apart. We have some steel. I guess we've got all that ore. No, we should be okay. Infra blocks we're good on. You know what? Buy more energy while we got a discount. Oh, I don't have enough money. There we go. Yeah, all right. That's fine then. Go home, Signy. Maybe you can't? There's still an airlock over here. There you go. I think you just passed out at work. Yeah, you're back. Okay. Dedicated employee. Oh, and sell biomatter. You think so, yeah? Oh, these guys don't kick it. So that. You know what? You're right. We have tons. Oh, they only buy 3. Interesting. You gotta bring the hull blocks, yeah, to the construction pod. I'm sure put a little cancel over here just to make sure this happens a little faster. Nah, it's fine. Make more hull blocks, please. Thank you. Can I rip out more hull over here? Yes, I can. Oh, there we go. So this pod here. There it is. Dang it. This music makes me think of Disco Elysium. I don't know if it's like that for anyone else. Deconstructing hull gives hull scrap. I think on normal difficulty, it gives hull blocks directly, but not like maximum efficiency. But hull scrap is at the top of the recycling list. for here is done. Good, more ships. These hull breaches should go away. There we go. Come on, finish up so I can build the bedrooms. +1 on shuttles. I'd make my ship have at least 2 airlocks side by side for easy defense. As many shuttles. 4 shuttle bays are optimal for a large ship. Ooh, okay. Well, that's good to know. I mean, it does take a while. Of course. Reveal everything. Yeah, we can dismantle the pod bays. I was just making sure the transfer had finished first. So this one here, the flying pig. Oh, it might be worth buying raw chemicals. I don't know, I'll save the money for maybe some blocks or something. Okay, yeah, I think these can be dismantled now. Which means we can also free up a little bit more hull. What the hell is that icon? I don't even know what's complaining. Oh, it's Mr. Danish Bot! Oh, I didn't realize the bots would get abandoned. Oh, thank you. Yes, transfer the fighter. Is now here. Good. Then does someone have to move it? Yeah. So then we can dismantle that. Yeah, the fighter still has the old command. Or maybe it's just centered on the ship now, because that's where it is. All 3 of them go out at the same time. All blocks there. I'm very tempted to just say, start the full dismantling. And move everyone over here. Could move all the resources here. And just say, over here, rules, select all, empty. If we do that, we will need to go and destroy the rest of the ship pretty quickly, though, because it'll be annoying to maintain the life support. We're already being kind of annoyed maintaining the life support over here. But we need hull blocks, so you know what? Let's do it. Rules, select all, get everything off of this ship, please. Nearly enclosed. And the thing is, I suspect we'll probably trim a little bit of this. And then maybe widen some bits, but... oh yeah, we have tons of objects in space again. We can go and... do this, and... where's the window for? Did I not do this right? Select various things. And a gentle tap. That shuttle's gonna be really busy. Oh, do you want to buy something? What do you want to buy? Soft blocks. Ah, we've got tons of those. Yep. Excellent. You got screwed. We would have sold it to you a lot cheaper if it had been in your list. Source drop-off point is full. The airlock. I guess that'd be an incentive to another airlock here. Hungry, uncomfortable sleep. Well, it's probably all related to spending too much time over here. All right, so if those are sort of weapon systems, I think I'm going to make this the kitchen. Need to adjust the hull on the rear starboard engine. Oh, I forgot we had turned symmetry mode off, so we never fixed it there. Thank you. Or, oh no, we never fixed the rear engine spaces at all. There we go. Done and done. Okay, so if we're going to make this the kitchen... Oh, food. So where's the category for it? Kitchen. Long table. Yeah, we have to allocate enough room to walk around on both sides. See you did, William. I think someone said they like putting couches, although the width isn't right for this table, so... Full big table. Now, we might still want an algae dispenser as a backup. I think I'd put that on the other side of the kitchen. If I do this... So what I was going to say is, oh, there's enough room for a toilet here, but this door and this hallway doesn't quite work out. Let's see. Go there. People can still walk around that. I want some entertainment centers and stuff in here, I think. Jukebox in there. Personal entertainment. Arcade machine. Probably a window, but I can do this. It looks a little silly, but it does work. No, that's not good. Do what I was trying to do, though. But this does work. Still leaves us with just the one toilet, which might be fine. It makes sense to have the hydroponics at the other side of the window as a sort of window into green space. What side window? Like over here, here? The question is partially, do we have windows here? I think I might do a door. Oops. Is it a door here? Into a little hallway outside the bedrooms? Or do the hydroponics in here. All of a sudden becomes kind of interesting. So, if I do this. Own that window there. And then, let's say... think this is more hydroponics than we need. We might want to reserve this kind of space for it. I can't. Huh? Why can't I click and drag the wall? Is it because I was in duplicate mode instead of... Maybe that's why. Door, and then bedrooms over here with vents. Oh, hey, the spacing worked out. Probably still a CO2 generator in here, eh? Which we can't actually fit as is. Well, these can be... windows like this. And then what we could do is we could have another set of bedrooms on the other side that has windows going out. So we could have like a 4-bedroom or an 8-bedroom block, which is more than we need. We got 7 people. Honestly, with the way that our shifts are divided, 4 bedrooms is currently sufficient. Oh, these windows don't allow... We don't have a vent. We need to do a small window plus vent, wouldn't we? Which I'm assuming... Oh, this is the smallest window. Oh. We can't do a 1x1 window. Okay, a vent gets constructed. Oh, is it because it's a blueprint? Okay, you can't put the vent on a blueprint wall. You can't put a vent on a window. The thing is, it looks like the window's got vents underneath it, but it doesn't have vent controls. I'm not saying I love this look either. Now, I know people said like the math works out nicely with these, but maybe I will do the bigger ones. Mostly because I think it might look a little bit more appealing. Oh, that's the problem. You need walk space all along. I mean, you could still... No, you really do need... Wow. It really doesn't feel like the same density at all, does it? No. No, this is... Oh, we can't scrooge it against the wall. Ignoring the wall space, this actually does have more. Like, in terms of the 2x3 footprint, it has more. The problem is it's actually a 5x4 footprint, in which case it's less dense. So it does look kind of appealing. Let's say... Here's an idea. What if all the bedrooms... Right? If their door just opened into hydroponics bay, that would be a vent. And if this gets trimmed back, and this becomes the hull, then they could have hull windows facing forward. And I might even do something like, let's go up to 6 bedrooms. Such that right now everyone's got a bedroom, but really we could support a crew of up to 12. And then, kind of liking this. If we go with these, in it less efficient or not. We can align them with the wall bits. Now, if I do that, I don't have enough room here. So I either move everything a little closer up or a little further out so we can have 2 of these. I don't know if I can double click here. I can dismantle. They're not. Yeah, I don't know if there's a way for me to bulk cancel the blueprints. Which is slightly annoying. You would if you extend the wall to which the toilet wall abuts. Oh, I like your use of the word abuts. Let's say this was our hydroponics bay. Yeah, it definitely does not do the click and drag if you duplicate a wall. After all. Yeah, water collector. Okay, so what I'm thinking actually is this gets widened here. Then if we do that, then we can do, we've got room for a CO2 producer. And a gas scrubber, just to keep, things in balance, just in case, whatever. We'll want some heaters in here as well. But they could really go anywhere. I guess, I can't build this on a ghost wall. I've got to wait for the walls to come up before I can build them. Okay. And then, I don't remember where the water collector is. Throw one of those in there. There might be a slightly negative, work comfort debuff over here. Who cares? Conceptually, having it in this area does make a lot of sense, but the size is awkward. Though, if I do just push out the wall one more tile, then there would be enough room, and we could put a storage right next to it. Right, I know there's still some outstanding walls over there, but fertilizer and whatnot. Or kill one of the grow beds. But, this is working. And then the plants don't need lights because I think they've got integrated lights. And maybe the floor lights aren't needed at all, but we could put that a little. And that feels not too shabby. Yeah, some things are different because some parts are built and some parts are just blueprints. So there's a little bit of weirdness going on there, but And then, yeah, and then we have the bedrooms. Sort of bed. Bedside table. Door. The problem is we don't have a nice multiple size for the bedrooms. So we get this little awkward bit. Remember, 2 composters for higher fertility production. Fragile fertilizer. And body part removal. You think I should run 2? I think mostly because the composters can only program so many jobs in there. I don't suppose... Can I do exactly what I want? All the time. If I nudge this bedroom over to the right, then it would be a mirror image bedroom, but it would fit over here. I don't like the pattern break. But I could do that. I can say that. No. Extend the hydroponics room wall 1 unit tile left. Place a second composter right by the air equipment. Like this? And then move everything over? What I could do is I could move the air equipment over here, put the composter there. I can broaden the hall, but the problem is just broadening the hall isn't gonna, like, what we have to do is count, like, how many tiles we need for things or whatever. Like, because what I can do now is I can move these guys over here. And then I could build composter number 2. Like that. And then there could be door. Yeah. And then it doesn't really, it doesn't fix this, like, oddball bedroom problem. Because we still end up with 1 bedroom that is mirrored. Unless I'm missing something. What happens if we rotate the grow beds? That is interesting. We might extend it. I don't know. I don't know how it changes the math. Wait. Now that you've mirrored... Okay, well, okay. We can have all the doors on the left. You're right. Now that we've widened it, we can have all the doors on the left. The problem is this bedroom is still going to stick out as being slightly too long. So I can have all the doors on the left-hand side, and all the doors would match. We'd still have a little sticky-outy bedroom. Worm grower takes the same as one bird. Sort of, except we can't like line it up with this one because of the overlap with the wall. I might go back to the other version. It does look like a nice little pattern here. Oh wait, that's not lining up the way I was imagining it. I'll stop here in a second. But I guess, okay, all we need to do is flare it out one more, like on each side. We could line one grower with each bedroom, flare it out by one, or just line up in the middle and then have the bits on the side. Actually, maybe that's the best. There'd be an awkward gap. But yeah, that would work. If I had, let's say I had just the 8 lined up with these 4 bedrooms, and then on the end we could have these bits, and then this with a double gap. Yeah, I don't know. Wider room, play 6 or something. Yeah, I think I might go back to the blueprint planner and just like figure out a nice repeating pattern that ends up matching. Maybe I'll go 5 bedrooms and, you know, so many growers oriented one way versus the other. You know, like I'll try a few different combos, and with these things and these things kind of tweaking numbers ever so slightly as well. I do like the idea. If you get up in the morning, you walk through the plants, it looks all pretty, you come here, you get breakfast, then you move to the back of the ship, and then you go to work. It's got a nice flow to it. You know, you get nice fresh air from these guys right away. One composter on each side. Oh, is the composter one of the gassy things? No, it's not a gas one. But yeah, I think it is a good place to put in a cut for the day, so I'm going to do that. We've went for another 45 minutes extra. Again, Saturday, we're not entirely sure what I'm going to do yet. Right now, the top contenders are Path of Exile, Paralives, and Star Miner. But we could do something else. We might even do this. But right now, the plan is something different on Saturday, and then Monday, Wednesday, returning with this until we finish something. And I might fiddle a little with this off screen. We'll see. Bathroom's kind of far from the bedroom. Okay. In terms of practical human experience, you've got that absolutely right. I think for the purpose of this game, it doesn't matter. Although I also don't love the fact that the bathroom is this little weird inset here, so we might end up doing a little bit of tweak there. But I will see what happens. I might change everything about the kitchen layout as well, especially since we're sort of messing around with the width of things over here too. So thank you very much, everyone who came out, everyone who watched, the people who subbed, the people who members. Again, hopefully we can get the Discord for the YouTube membership sorted out. Thank you very much who contributed to the Whiskey and Chocolate Fund. I think I'm going to have a little bit right now. It's been a day. It's been a couple of weeks here for me. So, yeah, let's see what Kiss for Luck is doing. I wonder if she's playing more Dune. I think her plan is to do like a deep dive run of all of Dune, except no, looks like she's back into Palia, one of her loves. So give her some love, and I'll see you on Saturday for something of some description, probably a video game.